The record is basically to make something out of a continuous piece of timber. So there's no joins in this.
Is this an actual record? Is there a current world's largest Viking sword that you're trying to beat?
Yes, it's actually about 13.5 metres, so I think we have it. We're actually up to 23 metres long. We're going to get it verified on Thursday here at the last, but we have to finish all the tapestries. Because as well as just trying to do the sword, what we're trying to do is tell the history of the Vikings that came to Ireland over the 300 year, 400 year period. They arrived here in 780 and they were skins, so they robbed all the monasteries, right? And they burnt them all down, and then they settled here. But the Irish actually were too busy. The Irish were actually too busy fighting with themselves up to about the 900s, and then they finally copped on to the fact that the Vikings were starting to take over the country, and they had a big battle and they expelled them. The biggest problem was when we initially came up with the idea, besides being a bit mental, we had to find a tree big enough, and we also wanted to find a tree that we didn't need to chop down, and a native tree to Ireland. It's a Douglas fir. It weighed 14 tonne. As I said, it was buried in the middle of a forest, and we wanted to leave the root ball and the whole lot on it because to show that it had come from one single piece of timber, and that's the challenge, is to carve something out of one piece of timber and not join it together with a bit of glue and a few edges here and there. It's after been a journey to get it here now. There was a few old shaky moments. It was over 100 foot long coming up the motorways, and then as we came through the smaller villages, it was a little bit more fun. Actually, it was a great story. There was one poor man, he was coming out, I'd say, for his morning bit of air, and he was taking his old poke, and he didn't realise there was a 100 foot sword coming over his head. He kind of got a little bit of a fright, dropped the cigarette. I can't say what he said, but it got a great reaction coming up the road, and it's getting a great reaction to ploughing, and I think, you know, it'll be a nice thing in the future to have in Waterford City for people to come and visit. It's great that it's going back to where the actual story began. Yeah, as a proud Irish man and Waterford man, we're delighted, myself and James, to bring it back to our hometown as well, you know.